Hey guys, we're back at it again for another Kids for the Petals. Maidens and Michael. Recap from last time. What can I really say? The study camp's over, you know, everyone's going back to their regular lives of school and all that. And which means we return to the regular lives of Risa and Mia. But Mia has been acting strange. You might ask why. She's been very, what's the word, out of energy, if you know what I mean. Like, every time Risa would demand, like, that she would go to the classroom, or, like, come, or, like, do this, or, like, hang out with her, she would just, like, basically, she would just go along with it. She's like, okay. Basically, had no energy to make any remarks, to tease, or anything. Basically, it's out of the unusual Mia behavior, you know? And for now, I guess we just finished lunch. So, and also that little save had me kind of worried. Mia's collapse. So I guess we're gonna see what that's about. My lunch with Mia was the weirdest thing. She was nothing like her usual self. She was quiet and obedient. Something had to be wrong with her. Obe, I forgot that they knew. Well, I share. Why not? My classmates questioned me with an extreme interest. At this point, it was more effort than it was worth to try and correct them, so I just nodded, along with whatever they said. Really? What? Yeah, that probably wasn't it. I don't know if I call it sorrowful, but Mia had definitely seemed out of it all day. It was like she was in daze, almost as though she were feverish or something. Yeah, could be. You know, when you're sick, you usually tend to not think straight and, like, you know, have, like, not that much energy. At the exact moment. Huh? Oh, the music changed! Holy shit. I heard a scream from the girl sitting next to Mia. What happened? I leapt to my feet and rushed to Mia's desk. Mia was collapsed on the floor and her breathing was labored. As I tried to lift her up, I asked the nearby girls. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Her body was extremely hot to the touch. Poor Mia. Oh gosh. Mia was unsteady on her feet, but somehow managed to stand with me supporting her. Oh. Oh gosh. What a development. I cursed myself. Why hadn't I noticed it sooner? Her face began to have been flushed since yesterday. Mia had had a fever this whole time. Aw. Look, and now we're just here. Aw. I handed Mia some water along with medicine and the nurse asked me to give her if she opened her eyes. Most likely? I made sure she took the medicine and then asked her something. Because it's what you would have wanted. Huh? Oh, she put in effort to please Risa. Maybe it was the fever talking, but Mia was being much more frank than usual.
すぐ指図するわ。それがいやじゃなかったのよ。
What was she trying to say?
誰かに気に留めてもらえることがこんなに心地よいと感じてしまうなんておかしいわよね。
Oh.
そうなのね。
Mia may have been the one with the fever, but I was the one getting red in the cheeks. What was making Mia say all these things? Was it the fever? Or were these her true feelings?
ありがとうリサ。お礼を言っておくわ。
And just now, I think she called me Risa. That alone was enough to make my pulse quicken. Huh? Choices! Oh my gosh, it's been a while since we got one of these. Mia's collapsed. Look at Mia run from the nurse's office. What kind of dick move is to run from the nurse's office? I would just why Mia? What the hell? What a dick move. Well, I'm not gonna do that one, but you know. I'm kind of curious how it goes. I'm not gonna take this much. I'm gonna get sick. My body's getting hot. Probably I couldn't stay any longer. Wow. I thought the nurses always got under her intense look. I didn't Risa would do that move. What the heck? Still, in something of the days, I looked at Mia right in the eyes and asked her, hmm? Now both of our faces were flushed red. Mia actually said I made her happy? What would happen to me if we kept staring at each other like this? I think the medicine must have taken effect right about now, then because Mia closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep. I stayed for the entire time and kept watch over her, my heart still pounding. I feel like I've just had the weirdest dream. My face flushed just remembering it. Yesterday we had lunch together, and then after that Mia came down with a fever and collapsed, and I took her to the nurse's office. Maybe. Tomorrow would be the long-anticipated Christmas festival, and today would mark the end of the exhausting preparations. Mia had pushed herself because of me, that's what she said. The Christmas festival, wonder how that would go. She's probably recovering. For the best. I was halfway hopeful, going to the classroom, but Mia was nowhere to be found. There was still a little time left until the bell rang. I stared restlessly at her empty seat, but not for very long. At the last possible moment, Mia appeared. Just as she was about to speak, the teacher entered the room. Mia shut her mouth and took her seat. I murmured quietly enough so that no one could hear. Oh. I hastily called after her as she exited the classroom following the lesson. I'd been dreading somewhere deep down that she would call me Risa again, so that was a relief. Though it was kind of disappointing too. Oh.
よかったわね。クリスマスフェスの前に治って。おかげさまで。それでは失礼。
Mia's stride appeared much stronger compared to yesterday. It looks like her fever really was gone. Oh shoot, I was glad to have Mia back to normal, but after that she never came back to the classroom. She skipped the whole rest of the day. She really was back to her old self.
飾り付けが終わったら明日のリハーサルを行いますので、またここに集合してくださいね。
Following Yuna-sama's instructions, we each set about our task in preparation for tomorrow. Throughout the preparations, we encountered one headache after another. But thinking about it would be all over after tomorrow left me a little saddened.
Lisa-san?
Oh? Arg, I've been spacing out.
ここにあるものは会場に運んでもいいのかしら。
Assembly hall?
それは明日直接持っていくから、それよりこっちをお願いします。わかったわ。
Mia carried out her task with spirit. It was hard to believe she was the same person who collapsed yesterday. But I was still a little concerned. No one else knew about what happened yesterday, and I wanted to keep a close eye on her if I could. But I had enough on my plate, as it was already. I worried endlessly as I continued my work. Once I finally had a moment, I went over to Mia to talk to her.
少しいいかしら。ちょっと待って。ここだけ終わらせてしまいたいから。
Oh. I waited there for several minutes. Finally, Mia looked up at me.
リサさん、お待たせ。で、何かしら。準備も大事だけど、あんまり無理しちゃダメよ。また倒れたらどうするの？
That would be concerning.
もう平気よ。それにもしまた倒れたら、あなたに看病してもらうから。
Whoa.
いいでしょ。
Phrasing.
ね。昨日はたまたま保健室に連れて行っただけよ。
Oh.
別にいつもそうするわけじゃん。そんなこと言っているけど、同じことがあればきっとリサさんは私を看病してくれるでしょ。しません。するわよ。リサさんはそういう人だもの。
Oh.
しないって言ってるでしょ。もう。
Fucking man.
顔が真っ赤よ。
The little tooth right there, like a little detail. Interesting though.
赤くないです。
The teasing.
いや、赤いわ。
Oh heck, Rena!
赤くないって言ってるじゃん。うわ、レナ先生。
She popped out of nowhere.
仲がいいのはいいけど、ちゃんと仕事もしてね。
Oh. Grinning from ear to ear, Rena Sensei continued talking to me.
玄関の方に業者から明日のイベント用の機材が届いているそうよ。
Oh.
取ってきて。
わかりました。すぐ行ってきます。はあ、ドキドキした。
If only I didn't have to respond to every little thing Mia said. But she was always saying such embarrassing things.
ああ、もう。あら、リサさん、どうなされましたか？
Oh.
いえ、なんでもないです。
A classmate suddenly started talking to me. That's right, everyone else would be heading home about now.
イベントの準備、お疲れ様です。明日、楽しみにしていますね。
きっと素敵なクリスマスになるでしょうね。はあ、本当に楽しみ。
期待していてください。
I responded boldly, and the girls squealed happily as they went on their way.
フェスのことで頭がいっぱいだったけど、明日はクリスマスイブなんだよね。
Yeah, huh? A big event. The other students miling about on campus were unusually boisterous, considering this was St. Michael's. That was probably just their excitement over tomorrow's event, though. But the other best couples all seemed to be on edge as well. I guess Christmas really was a pretty special day. But for me, Christmas was...
どんなクリスマスになるのかな、今年は。
I guess we'll see. Would it be any different from last year's Christmas? I had an uneasy feeling in my chest. Oh! Oh my day! The day of the Christmas festival has finally arrived. The event would start in just a few hours. We'd cover every angle of our preparations, so there was no reason to worry. But my heart was still pounding out of control. It's not like I was used to performing in front of people though. I told myself to calm down. It seemed like there was some sort of special recitation for times like this. I could just barely hear Mia's voice. Despite both of us being in the same situation, she seemed totally relaxed. Wasn't this enough to make her even a little nervous? With some resentment, I turned to face her. Whoa, okay. The atelier. I reflectively lowered my voice, since I didn't want anyone else to hear us talking about the atelier. Whoa. After the event? That was all she said, before retreating back to her post. It was unusual for Mia to ask me to come see her like that. I wonder too. It had been a while since I had been to the atelier. Not since I had gone to fetch Mia back when she stormed out in the middle of her work. Huh? When I almost kissed Mia. I had to forget about that. Right now, all I need is to focus on making sure Christmas Fest was a success. But once that thought had entered my mind, it was all I could think about. I held my head high in my hands, unable to calm down. Oh? The reason Mia wanted to come The reason Mia wanted me to come see her, I'll bet she wanted to spend Christmas. Oh shoot. I felt like I was being suffocated by a jumble of hope and anxiety. Guys, we're about to start. As soon as Yuna-sama spoke, the chatter stopped immediately. This was it. Oh heck yeah. We're all ready, and so at long last the curtain was raised on the Christmas festival. Yes. Ooh, okay. Buddy. It's so interesting so far. Ooh. This banger music again. Oh. Oh. There's a time and place, Yuna. Huh? So Kaede looks troubled, and Sarah looks like she's having a jolly time. Huh? I was like, wow. Oh. Looks like Ryo has her composure. She's probably just like, oh, I just want the cake.
憧れてる下級生だって多いし、とにかく大丈夫。
Oh,
そうだよね。大丈夫。こうやってレオが隣にいてギューってさせてくれればオールオッケー。話しなさい。ふう、あっため、緊張してきた。みやさんは平気なの？
everyone's like about to have a panic attack.
私は平気よ。ただ全校の学生の前で歌う。そ
Oh,
れだけのことでしょ？
they have to do that too? I did not know. I thought they were just like setting this up. What? There's gonna be a whole long choir up in here?
それはその通りだけど、その全校の学生の前でっていうのが問題なんじゃないの？はあ、ちゃんと練習通りに歌えるかしら。
Am I the only one who did not know they were singing like during their practice time?
相変わらず真面目すぎるわね。我がクラスの委員長さんは。
Takako.
楽しみね。そうね。せいぜい楽しませてもらいましょう。
And Runa's here too. Everyone's mostly here.
さあ皆さん、そろそろ位置についてください。
Oh shoot!
フェスティバルだもの、思いっきり楽しみましょ
Yep.
う。
Let's
で
do
は
this,
エリス
guys.
お願いします。オッケー。
Oh.
それではただいまからクリスマスフェスティバルを開催します。イベントの進行は私、蓬莱線レナ、そして補佐がこの2人。
Takako and Runa?
住之江貴子です。
ん？
ルナ、ちゃんと挨拶して。なんで私が姉様の補佐なのよ。
Oh my god.
あら、緊張して声も出ないのかしら、ルナは。
Oh?
バカにしないで。蓬莱線ルナです。
以上3人でお送りします。それでは皆さん、お待ちかねのベストカップルたちに登場してもらいましょう。
Well, this is a freaking dream. We have the best couple singing to us. Yeah, and on Christmas, what a true gift. At the moment, the stage was illuminated in a blinding light.
ではまず最初は10人の素敵な歌声をお楽しみください。
10-person vocal performance? Damn, this is about to eat. I have a feeling. Since I already heard the other bangers, I'm pretty sure this is gonna eat. Immediately, the curtain raised, and the organ began to play.
皆さん、メリークリスマス。神と皆さんに感謝を込めて歌います。一緒
Yes.
に歌い、そして一緒に祈りましょう。
We began to sing the Christmas song we had practiced together. Let's hear this banger. Whoop!
次はベストカップルから皆さんへのクリスマスプレゼントです。
Oh,
今日のために手作りしたお菓子を今から彼女たちが配ります。お好きな方からお受け取りくださいね。
is that so?
プレゼントは人数分ちゃんとあるので慌てずにお願いします。
Runa's just like, why do I have to be my sister's assistant? At Rena sent a signal, we each took some treats and stepped down into the assembly. Damn, this is a pretty nice song. This was the main part of the event. It was so the rest of the students could have a chance to enjoy interacting with best couples. Each of us made sure to pass out the goodies that we had made ourselves. It seemed like the best way to return the favor to those who had voted for us.
味見もちゃんとしたし、うまくできているはずよね。
Either way, I figured it'd mostly be my classmates who came to me, so I could probably ask what they thought about them later. While I thought about that, I turned to look at others. One of them had quickly amassed quite a crowd. Eris? Wait. Oh my gosh, of course.
あれはユーナ様かしら。
Of course, Yuna.
ユーナ様、ユーナ様の手作りお菓子がいただけるなんて夢のようですわ。ユーナ様、さっきの歌、とても素敵でした。
No.
ありがとう。皆さん、順番にお配りしますから、どうぞお並びください。
How like her. Surrounded by her adoring fans.
でもあそこもすごい人数ね。
Oh. Oh, quite popular over here. As Maya Sama appeared next to Yuna-sama, a crowd grew even larger.
レオ様、近くで見ると本当にお可愛らしい。
Oh,
そう
oh.
レオ様の作ったお菓子少しいびつな形なのがまたいいですね
Oh, bro.
手作りって感じがとてもよく出ていますわ
Everyone's enjoying Rio's little, like, you know, flaw in cooking.
何よだったらもらわなくていいわよ
Oh,
とんでもないレオ様の手作りなんてとってもレアですもの
bruh, this tree has something exotic.
確かにレアよね
You can say that again. Not kind of bad for the popular upperclassmen having to deal with so many people. But maybe that meant I would be safe.
リサさんだわ
Oh, girl A.
リサさん私にそのお菓子を
Oh,
私にも
oh yeah. Before I realized what was happening, I'd been surrounded by a large number of people as well. Oh shoot. Some from my class and some from others. Nearly all of them were in my grade though.
はいどうぞありがとう
Still not really understanding what's going on, I frantically passed out my gifts. I couldn't believe how much these girls squealed at receiving treats from me.
何なのこれは
Why would they come to me with so many other popular members?
リサさんからいただきましたわ。あなたは？
私はミヤさんから後でトレードし合いませんか
Oh?
リサさんとミヤさん、両方の手作りお菓子がいただけるなんて夢のよ
It's like they're all freaking celebrities, bruh.
なるほど
And so as treats from more of us were passed out, more and more people began to trade. There were one crowd that was spectacular. Everyone was receiving their treats, another loud squeal of joy erupted.
今度何
Oh? Wait, what? Santa suits? When did we agree on this? Kaide Shizuku?
あれは雫様と楓様よ
What the heck? Wha-
サンタの格好をしているわ素敵
Yeah.
お似合いなの
Whoa, that's... I feel like they got kind of forced, because they would not do this voluntarily.
こんなの恥ずかしすぎる
Oh gosh.
どうしてこうなってしまったのでしょうか。
Oh. Bro, the people who would get embarrassed the most had to do this. They both look extremely embarrassed. Yeah, I can imagine so. But the students gathering around them shrieked as though they were seeing famous celebrities.
雫御前楓さん素敵です
Oh my goodness.
あのお二人がいないと思ったらこういうことだったのですね
Oh yeah, no wonder we didn't see them, huh? Shizuku-sama and Kaide-sama, who had appeared dressed as mini-skirted Santas, shyly waved to everyone.
リサさんの制服ではなくて同じ格好なさればよかったのに
Oh, bruh.
それはちょっと
All of them with the mini-skirted Santa suits? Bruh. And they all sang in the choir? That would have been peak right there. What the heck? They should have done that. I was relieved not to be in their shoes. We actually had to draw straws to decide who would wear those outfits. The results were those two would be the ones to do it. Damn, that's so Omar. It almost seemed as though Harrison and Erisama had influenced the drawing somehow. They tampered it? Damn. Most likely, huh? The whole time they were both chanting, "Win, win," at their partners.
最高の光景だよねエリス様
They definitely tampered the little game. Sarah-san and Erisama smiled and offered handshakes as they handed out their treats. This may have been Christmas present for those two in a whole different sense.
ご愁傷様でした雫様楓様
And then finally,
ありがとうございました
ooh, whoa! The Christmas event drew to a close without a hitch. That was pretty good, pretty peak right there.
疲れた
I'm exhausted. Yep. I think it must have been the first time I had ever interacted with so many people. Even though I was dead tired, I could see how much fun having made me feel truly grateful to have been involved.
大いに盛り上がったフェスティバルもいよいよフィナーレです。
Hmm?
会場の皆さん、夜空を
空この後って何かありましたっけ？何も聞いてないよね。
I feel like we shall have like our designated time for ourselves since it's Christmas.
レナ先生間違ったのかな。それともみんな驚かそうと何か仕掛けているとか？
Maybe she's gonna give us gifts, like she's gonna be Santa to us.
なんだかワクワクするかも。
Yeah. Right at that moment, fireworks of all things soared into the night sky. They launched one after another, enormous flowers that weren't quite right for the season.
みんなメリークリスマス。
Yes! That Rena sensei, how on earth did she manage to plan how on earth did she manage to plan fireworks? I know, right? Those are expensive. She just looked at us and grinned. Seeing that, the rest of us glanced at each other. And then, taking a huge breath, we all shouted at once, Merry Christmas? Knew it. At those words, the assembly hall erupted. Until it was the curtain came down, that Christmas fest was a smash hit.
本当に皆さん素敵でしたね。
Sure did.
私、このクリスマスずっと忘れられないと思います。
Yeah, huh? It was quite something. And with that, guys, I think we're gonna leave it off right there. Paying a visit to Mia C. Ooh, we're gonna see what that's about soon. But yeah, apparently the Christmas festival was a success. Everyone has good memories, a good time, and it was just overall a success. You know, everyone enjoyed themselves. Like, the girls were all gathered around, they were giving out treats, singing all the other St. Michael girls a song, and there's fireworks. It was just a nice full Christmas, you know. But yeah, this was an interesting development. I'm glad that Mia's doing better and that this whole thing turned out success for all their hard work during that questionable study camp and also in school. All that rigorous work paid off in the end. But yeah, I guess we're gonna see what happens next time with Mia and Risa. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment down below if you guys want more videos like this, or you guys have any suggestions. Very open idea. And without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Subscribe for more. Kiss for the Petals, Maidens and Michaels. See y'all.